Well, once again, we keep forgetting to have to turn on that record button. So what do I mean by the energy grid? Well, today's energy grid is based on fossil fuel mostly, and a modernized one would be based on wind and solar and battery power. The wind and solar would charge up batteries, and then of course then the batteries would be put online and you would use electricity whenever you need it. Now if the grid was to go down because there isn't enough sun or enough wind for the generation, you see, you charge it, you put it into batteries so that the energy is always there. Now batteries are going to be difficult on a large scale because batteries are expensive to make. They use a lot of rare elements that are on the planet. There aren't too many. So a small grid would probably be the best idea for the planet Earth. So you may have like 15, maybe 5, maybe 10 condo buildings or groups of houses that house a large group of humans, pets, and other things. That gets powered by a local solar wind battery combination. And that way, if somebody else's grid goes down, you don't have to worry about it. You own your own grids and you operate them the way you want, as long as it's solar and wind, so it doesn't contribute to global climate change. Unfortunately, it isn't that pretty and it isn't that easy. Making batteries costs the Earth a great footprint. Batteries are horribly expensive as far as rare earths and toxic chemicals. So the battery part of things isn't too good. So you've got to dump a hell of a lot of money into battery research and find out how to make batteries that last for virtually ever and don't lose their charge ability over time. A problem with the large grid is, like I said, batteries. If one part of the grid is down, very low, you may suck all the battery juice out of the entire grid just to hold them together. Individual battery grids would be much better. Also, you need individual grids to run transportation, such as high-speed tube transport and your heavy industry. That's all going to have to be massive wind power and solar panels and water power. Now, water power is still in its infancy, but it is the power that will be the power that is used at the very end. It'll be water power. And so we need to upgrade that. Unfortunately, we have a population of 7,687,361,000 blah 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 people on the planet. Can we really make a fossil-free grid that would hold up to that many people? So on a large-scale grid, you'd have to go from 11 gigawatts of solar and wind power, the way it is today, up to 277.9 gigawatts for a large-scale operation that would compete with fossil fuels. That's a hell of a lot of wind and solar panels. So it's going to have to be converted over to water power. Tanks up in the air that are fed water by a pump via wind and solar that then continuously runs down and charges through generation. We've talked about this so many times on this channel. So let's talk about battery efficiency. Battery efficiency runs from anywhere from 30 to 99%. The more modern lithium-ion batteries have a 99% efficiency rating, whereas older technology only has about 30%. The problem with large-scale operations is you have so much power loss over long distances because of power line loss. So how would you change cities over to a fossil-free system? Well, you'd have to put in the fossil-free system first and then phase out the fossil fuel system. A lot of people think that fuel cells might be the answer, but fuel cells only have a 30% efficiency. Another thing that will have to happen is everyone will become a vegetarian, whether they like it or not. There just won't be the energy to produce all these cows and meat products. It's such a waste in the way of fresh water and land use compared to being a vegetarian. We've also talked about that before. Now, on my last video, we talked about the new war threat between India and Pakistan. Now, if those two countries were to go to war, another new study just came out yesterday on what the losses would be. Let's do some comparison. Pakistan and India both have 140 medium-sized nuclear warheads each. Now, to wipe out the planet, pretty much, if you set off 15 of those warheads in that area, you would end up killing 2 billion people immediately with just 15 of these warheads. Can you imagine if you shot off 140 each, which is what would happen if you even launched one? So that brings up my next point. I have said this a few times, but it doesn't seem to be taking off. War is obsolete. There's no way you can think of it any other way. A true leader would know this. Are we ready to put in real leaders for once? Actually do our homework and figure out who the 2020 president will be? Probably not. So, it's so important that these leaders do not start a war between Pakistan and India or any other nuclear powers, because it takes so little to wipe out the planet Earth, and that would be quite selfish of humans to do that. We should start de-arming immediately. No, I'm not on something. I wish I was, but that's what we have to do. So, will we do that in time before we wipe ourselves out? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe next time people will think harder when they vote. So I definitely appreciate all the ups and the downs, the new subscribers, and all the comments on the comment section. And until next time.